Hey. So I'm going to apologize in advance because I am just, you can hear it. You know what's up. I shouldn't say I am. I am that I am. I'm not a temporary situation. I am that I am. This is a purely momentary building of antibodies, but I am not this. Feel me? All right, let's get it correct. I was texting back and forth with someone, and the topic was people's experiences with God, with religion, with beliefs, etc., etc. And this individual knows that I know that religion beliefs have got us in trouble and has basically tricked us out of our inheritance, out of our wealth, our money, our finances, our stability, our mentality, our psychology, tricked us in every way possible, right? They know that I am like anti-establishment, as it were, all right? And I'm not talking government per se, like I believe that government is necessary, etc., etc. You know me already. I'm talking about the contrivances of men. I'm talking about the general mantra and doctrines of capitalism. Not again necessarily that I'm villainizing it and saying that it should be obsolete. Just from the standpoint of the darkness, the dark side. Join the dark side, Luke. Okay, from that standpoint. All right, that we have good people in position, and they're for the people, they're representing the interests of the people, not putting money and all that kind of stuff ahead of the human conditions and all that. I'm with it. I'm not against that. But with that being said, this individual knows my stance, and so we're going back and forth, and I'm explaining how these people that are experiencing these near-death or death experiences and claiming to go see God or go see heaven, all right, there is an explanation for this. There is an explanation for this, and hopefully this is going to make a lot of sense to you. I'll share some of the things that I've come across. It's just got to make sense, all right? So therefore it'll make dollars. With that being said, the question was posed, so you're saying that these people are lying, that they're not being truthful about their experience? Some say, this particular one that we were examining, this individual said, basically he was a gang member, he had gotten shot up or whatever, and obviously he wakes up in heaven. Yeah, and he was even shocked. Why am I in heaven? Like, I'm not a good guy. I'd be killing people. I'd be doing all this kind of stuff, right? You get the whole gist. And so he's shot. So he walks up to one of the walls in the heaven and rubs it and says, "Whoa, this is real." So he's in his opinion, having an out-of-body experience, and this is tangible. This is real. Like, I'm feeling it. So he's trying to convince everybody on his TikTok or whatever that, see, I really went to heaven. All right, okay, all right. And so there's that. Then he talks about the crystal clear water. There was a riverway that was going out, and it was the most crystal clear thing you've ever seen. Okay. And then what was the other one? He talked about the walls of the whatever castle, whatever it was. All right. So my point is, is that, do you not know, for those of you that have been here for a minute, we've been kind of talking about the mind. We've been talking about mind, body, and the spirit or soul, right? Which is the mind and the soul. The mind and the spirit make up the soul, all right? And I demonstrated, I showed what the soul is, what the mind is, what the body, we know what the body is. The body is the sensory, basically the meat suit that through which you can experience a whole host of sensory experiences, right? The five senses. I'm not going to go through them. But the mind is the storage facility, if you will, right? It's not tangible, all right? It's like the cloud. The cloud is not tangible, for computer, theory or IT. All right, it's not tangible, yet you can store things there. Same goes with the mind. All right, so the mind is the storage facility. It is not your memory. It is the storage facility for all of the memory. And how do you get memory? Memory is merely a record. All right, memory is mainly a record. All right, that's what your memory. In other words, if you burn yourself, all right, it's going to send those signals, right? And you had a full experience, a negative experience, and you're going to recall and remember everything. The smell of your meat burning. You're going to remember the sound, the sizzle of your flesh. You're going to remember all of that because it's going to literally be burned into your memory. That is not something that you're going to forget. Hopefully this doesn't run out. If it does, I'll do a part 2. I have to dump my phone. I keep forgetting. In fact, after I wash the cars and wax the cars, I'll probably do that if I got enough time. So anyways, that's going to be burned, just like slamming your finger in a door. That is going to be forever burned into your mind. And the memory is had because of all of the tactile senses, the sensory experiences that each of those senses that are involved have created. All right, and so that is the memory. It's the record of all the experiences, right? And then that record will now be stored in the mind. Okay, now if you've, like myself and others, if you've grown up all of your life, all right, if you were raised all of your life in Christianity, you have been given cartoon after cartoon for however old you are, whatever age you are. You have been given so many doggone papers. You've done coloring books of Jesus, of heaven. Because you sat through so many ministries and so many messages about heaven, you've read the Bible that gives descriptions that were written by a man, by a king or some authority, ruler, whatever. You have been inundated and indoctrinated with the depiction, with the images of heaven. Those, because it is majestic. It is something that you were taught and indoctrinated to seek after and to look forward to. Because let me tell you the power of suggestion. If I suggest to you that you only have one of two choices, hell or heaven, and then I describe to you what hell is and how terrible it is, best believe, if you believe what I'm saying, and if I am your authority, and you have learned to trust in me, and I'm telling you that there is a real hell, and if you don't listen to what I'm telling you, then you will go there. However, if you listen to what I'm telling you, you'll go to the opposite place, which is heaven. So best believe that is burned into your psyche, into your memory, and then it is stored in your brain. You have, and since you are also generally told that heaven is going to be the best place ever, And it's going to be beyond your imagination. You can't even fathom how. So now guess what you're doing? You're trying to put together in your mind the most beautiful situation possible, the most beautiful place possible. And so now that gets stuck into your psyche. That's what's going on. That's how it's happening. And so you've already created images and pictures, just like the dream of you flying. You know how burned that is? Because you want to do that. You wonder what it would be like. What would it be like to fly? Oh my God, to transcend. And then they gave you Superman and Spider-Man and Batman and all the superheroes, Silver Surfer, the X-Men. And they put that in your mind as well. So now when you go to the screen, you, like myself, are envisioning what it would be like to have those superpowers. It's gonna get kind of loud because I'm in the car dishwasher. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's what it is. So all of this is in your mind, not your brain, your mind. And you weren't taught to make the distinction between the mind and the brain. Most of us think that they're one and the same, but they're not. They're not. The brain would be more or less the CPU storage box that goes under your desk, right? The mind is an intangible place that houses, the memory. Okay? And so going forward, am I saying that this individual is lying? No. I told him I'm not saying that he's lying. To him, it is very freaking real. How am I going to tell somebody that has something in their mind, something burned into their mind? They've been indoctrinated for 30 plus years, but made to believe that Santa is real, that the Easter Bunny is real, and that if you're good, he's going to bring you gifts. Now, your family has taught you that all of your life, and I'm going to come along and in 10 minutes make an argument that that's not true. It don't work like that. So no, I'm not telling anybody. I don't care if you claim to have a near-death experience, have dreams and all that kind of stuff. They seem very real and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm not telling you it's not real. It's very real to you. I'll give you an example in closing. Have you ever heard of the phantom limb? The phantom limb? The phantom limb is a phenomena where someone that loses a limb still gets sensation as if they still have the limb. Let me say that again. The phantom limb is a phenomena where someone who has suffered the loss of a limb still gets the sensation as if the limb is still there. Now, he or she is feeling the pains, the sensations as if the limb is still there. But you and I, when we look at that nub, we can clearly, matter-of-factly, make a competent argument that the doggone limb is gone. How are you going to convince that individual it's not there? If they want to say it's there, I can feel it. I can feel it. It's still there. It's hurting. Nah, because it's in here. It's in the mind of that individual. They've experienced it from birth, that limb being there. Okay? And so, likewise, I'm not telling somebody that has experienced something in their mind, right? And it has literally bonded with their sensory their five senses in some sort of way, internal, possibly, not just external. I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody saying it wasn't real. That's not the point. It is very real to you internally. And that is the power of the human mind and / goddess, the deity that is within us all. Ye are gods. Because once it is burned into the mind, once it is set, you are building new brain synapses, connections in the mind. You are still literally bonded to that missing limb as an amputee. That's how we work. That's why they say seeing is believing. I would say perceiving, not just seeing. That's only one of the senses. What if I can feel it but not see it? Wouldn't that be believing? If it would be hard for you to tell me that ghosts aren't real, in other words, if I keep getting touched by something and I turn and it's not there, as soon as I turn away, it touches again. Huh? How hard would it be for you to convince me that something is not there? I'm feeling it. I don't care what you believe or disbelieve. I feel it. Don't tell me. You see? So it doesn't have to be visible it doesn't even have to be perceived by all of the senses. Just the fact that I feel the pain of that phantom limb convinces me that it still exists. It's still there. So I'm not going to believe you over what I feel. But nonetheless, and lastly, it might not manifest itself to everybody. It might not manifest in such a way that everybody can perceive it with all of their senses. It's an individual situation. We are here in mind, body, and in soul. We are here to experience. And then once we experience, we receive stimuli through our five senses. And then we're also here to transmit. Okay? That is your purpose, to store those memories in your mind of your experiences and then to transmit them. That's what it is. That's why I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about your experiences, your dreams, your visions, whether you died and went to heaven. It's useless. It's a futile debate. It is for you. Whatever your experience was, it is for you individually. Ye are gods. So live accordingly and make decisions accordingly. All right? If it's real to you, it is real. And that is what matters. If it's real to you, that is what counts. Because you are going to act in accordance to what you feel. That's why the freedom of religion stays and remains intact. Because can't nobody go into your mind and tell you what experiences you have had. With that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in. It's 2:57 p.m. Central Standard Time on this day of the sun, Sunday. And make it a great day. Back to work tomorrow. Fighting a good fight of faith when it comes to this sinus and stuff like that. I mean, this is some terrible stuff going around, and best beware. People there are rumors that the government, the World Health or somebody is considering rolling out these perhaps shutdowns again, and et cetera, et cetera. You know what else comes with that. So, keep an ear to the ground, but don't live in fear. We've been here. We've done this. All right? And don't be controlled in your mind. If they get you in your mind, if anybody gets you in your mind, perceiving then will become believing. All right, we'll talk to you in the next upload. Peace.